right? I feel like if I sit back, yeah, you guys can see me pretty well, right? All right, so today, what do we got going on? So today, we have overcast, right? The winds aren't really that bad right at the moment. Like right now it's saying only 10-mile-an-hour winds on the ground. That's flyable. Even inland, it says up to 15 gusting is what's going on right now. So I'm thinking to myself, okay, that's not bad on the ground, right? But then I looked up, and the cloud cover is actually not even that far up right now. It's really low. The clouds are very low right now, and really, now, and it's due to like the wind shear that's up a little bit higher, and plus the winds are going to be picking up throughout the day anyway. So like what I'm trying to say is I still like to go out to the airport. That's where I go every single day, every chance I get. It's like where I want to be all the time. So I always go where I want to be. And what would be nice then today, because I'm thinking that I'm not going to go up in the sky, because for one, I don't like to push it, and two, it's definitely no fun when you're getting rocked around and you're only held by strings and some fabric, right? Yuvraj! What's up, Yuvraj? We're going to the airport right now. I'm going to go to the local airport, hopefully be able to kite the glider to actually clean it out. So I have some sand in there. I heard it when I was actually putting the glider away. And normally when I beach fly, you know, you should get the, you should always get the sand right back out of the gliders right away too. Not like I just did where I let it sit in there for like the trip. You know, I haven't been home, and I wanted to do it yesterday, but it was raining yesterday. But regardless, there's sand in the glider, and normally what happens if there's sand in there, it'll start to act like sandpaper, you know, in there, and then it can eat away your glider. So, you know, so that's what I'm doing right now. I'm actually essentially just heading to the airport. Hopefully we'll be able to bring the glider out, but if the winds are dramatically picking up, I can't kite the glider either. You know, I'm not trying to put myself in a dangerous situation or anything like that, right? So, but regardless, right now they're lighter. So like perfect conditions to kite a glider backwards, and that's what I'm going to try to do today. And when you kite a glider backwards, which there's nothing wrong with doing that, it's just that, you know, it's nicer to do it in higher winds if you know what you're doing. Because if you don't know what you're doing, it's actually a really dumb thing to try to do. Because like with me in the beginning, when I didn't know any better, and I saw what other people were doing, and I thought, oh, I can easily do that. I came to find out really fast that that's how you can hurt your leading edge really quickly. And when you damage the leading edge of the glider, dude, you have to send it out. You know what I mean? And to be honest, I was extremely lucky. I slammed my nose a couple times on my original glider. And I have to say, you know, I was lucky all the times, and you know, but there was one time when I wasn't lucky, and what happened was the nose slammed down and then it slid across. Like basically the glider kept all the wind in it, and I was getting like rotors, so meaning like my glider tried doing like a 180 spin on me with it fully loaded, but with the leading edge, the nose of the glider on the ground. And that's how I blew all these holes in the glider, which at first I thought the worst. Thought the glider was done, never going to fly that glider again. And then came to find out, no big deal, you can patch gliders, right? I never even knew you could patch them at the time. So me and my mentor, we patched the glider. I couldn't believe it. I was so nervous that he actually flew it first to prove to me that it was totally fine, completely safe. And then I took it up, and man, I flew that glider for like another 6 or 7 months after that with those holes in it. But they were patched. But I did send it out for an inspection though. I sent it out for an inspection like a month or two into my flying again, like after I did that to the leading edge. because I always had it in the back of my mind. I'm a little nervous about that. And I hated thinking about that every flight. So I sent it for inspection. It was totally fine. It passed. And I actually got like another line replaced, which was sweet. And you know, you gotta send these gliders out. Like for me, I'm getting all new lines for my glider because you guys know that in some of my more recent videos I've been posting, I have a sheared line. And what happened was, if you guys can believe it, man, this car almost just created an accident. I did a prop strike on my riser the one day, and it hit like my malleums. And if you guys don't know what the malleums are, they're like the little triangle titanium steel, I believe they are, that are holding from the strings to the glider to the wrapping of the riser, right? I'm sorry, it's always so hard to explain and drive at the same time. I'm always trying to make sure I'm saying everything correctly. So, the one day I decided to fly the Expedition, doing a live stream, not on YouTube though, I was doing a live stream on TikTok, right? And it sucked really bad because this day, the winds were like probably what today are. They're right there, but there wasn't a wind advisory. So like, that was the only difference of what day I'm talking about. And what sucked, I have gotten so used to flying my Roadster and even the APCO glider that when I don't even have to look at the glider, you know, like I try to always look at the tips and know that both tips are out, I'm good, you know, but sometimes I won't look because I can feel this uplift ready for flight, you know. And man, sometimes when you're so perfectly centered, you lined up with the headwind perfectly, and you go to take off, dude, you feel everything in your hips clean. Like it's a really good feeling. Dude, this guy in front of me, I don't know what is going on here. It looks like somebody's trying to explain to them how to drive, so I'm gonna back off because I'm not really in a rush to anywhere, but definitely not trying to cause an accident or if it's like someone new driving. But yeah, like I was saying about the Expedition, when I want to go take off, now I'm flying my original Paramotor that is actually a much smaller Paramotor now. The whole frame is smaller, right? Like the one that I fly now, I didn't realize how much bigger it was than the average Paramotor, but don't get that wrong. It's super nice, and I absolutely love it, right? I actually like how big it is because it's really going to be now for my adventure flights once I get the new model into the garage, which, man, that's a whole nother thing too that I'm just so ready and so excited for. And you know, like I just hope that this next model that I get is basically the same size as the Expedition because, like I said, it's a much smaller hoop section. And then what I'm trying to get at is, like, when I want to go take off, and like I was saying to you guys a minute ago, I know I drag my stories out sometimes. When I want to come up, it tricked me into really thinking that it was ready for flight. Because sometimes, you know, it's that perfect center feeling that, man, you're like on your tippy toes and all you gotta do is lean back and throttle, little bit of brakes, and then right back off of the brakes. The brakes is something that you do not hold on to when you're actually off the ground. But my glider was half deployed, like meaning my other half was completely folded down, and then the other half of my glider, dude, like I must have got perfectly centered with the other half of my glider, and it felt like I was ready to go. And like a fool, I want to go full throttle it. And when I full throttle, my prop whaled one of those malleums, like that's attached to my riser and all my lines. And when that happened, my prop exploded. And when it explodes, it normally explodes backwards and behind you. And what happened was a lot of my lines, once my riser got hit, got behind me, and when the prop exploded, it sheared a couple of my lines. And what's amazing is that I've flown the glider now at least a dozen times since I've had a couple sheared lines, and everybody's been telling me to stop doing that. And then I talked to a lot of other people, and they're like, dude, you'd be pretty surprised, you know, with how strong those lines are. But they did say that, like, it's not wise to keep it going. Plus, the lines are only like $20 or $25 a line. So what happened was I ordered lines, but now I know where I messed up at. I had another bank account that had a card that was still on my Apple Pay stuff, and when I went to go buy it, it allowed for like 2 of the buys, and then there was no more money in that account, right? And now it makes total sense, you know what I mean? Because I was wondering what the hell the problem was. I called saying, where are my other lines? I paid for them, because I actually thought I paid for them, because I had an email saying that I purchased everything, and then I only got like 2 or 3 lines that came in. But then I called Cloud9 the other day, and then they talked me through it, and then we figured it out, and it's like, oh man, I'm such a fool. But yeah, so anyway, they should be here on Monday, tomorrow, you know, which I'm really excited about. And really, once they come in tomorrow, we'll put them all on. I'll probably do a video on that. I've already done a video once about putting lines on, but I'm always about doing another video again, because I feel like I can always make the video a little bit better the second time around. So we'll just go that way. But we'll see how the airport is. We're like minutes away here, like literally like 2 minutes away to be exact. Oh yeah, I actually forgot my phone's about to die. I don't want that to happen. Whoa, big swerve. Don't want to be swerving like that. So anyway, man, I'm so excited for tomorrow and the next day, because really, we are supposed to be getting a whole nother model in the shop, but there is a catch to it. When I get this, I am waiting for 2 more things to come in. So I've been getting now a lot of people hitting me up, asking me about the new gas tank that Pulsar has came out with. So SkyMax is sending me their new gas tank, but I don't have their new frame, right? And don't get it wrong, I'm gonna get the new frame from SkyMax with the suitcase and all that stuff. But right now, there's so many people hitting me up about the old Pulsar, right? And they just want to upgrade it because they love the frame, you know? They love how it flies. They love the whole setup. It's a very, very unique, perfect design. And so now I'm in the picture, gonna get the Paramotor, and I'm gonna show everybody how to convert from the original gas tank, which nobody seems to like, but it was a great idea though. If you think about the idea, it was a great idea, but once it came into action, and really there, it spills gas on the ground. It's way too hard and complicated, and really, it's just silly, you know? But everybody's been hitting me up now because they all know that I'm getting the Pulsar frame, the original Pulsar, by the way. And that, oh man, I just saw Mo land. That's awesome, man. All right, so I'm going to go stay away and go over here. Hopefully these winds stay on the lighter side. We'll see. But I just saw Mo. Mo is flying a really small airplane. But like I was just saying, so I don't keep jumping around so much, is that once I get the Pulsar, I'm going to show all you guys how to convert to the new gas tank. And yeah, it'll be a little bit of a project most likely, but my window, I gotta really clean my window. I think that's all I need to do. All right, here comes Mo, trying to get some epic footage of Mo here. So this is one of the local pilots here right now. I'm actually just getting a video for him so I can send it to him. Dude, that might have not have been Mo. That's actually really crazy because I thought Mo's plane was green and yellow, but that is looking blue and yellow. Maybe it's always been blue this whole time. Who knows? But, dude, we're here at the airport. Check it out. So this is the rescue helicopter section. This is where like all these people are always sitting in there all day, ready to rescue people. Nice. We are entering the local airport. Like I said, they all hang out right over here on the right. There's the new helicopter, guys. That's a totally different helicopter here. I wonder if just the other one's in for maintenance or that's their new one. Because, dude, it looks brand new. Dude, check this airplane out up here. So I'm going to keep it this way for a moment, and then I'll turn it around in just a second while we circle the airport and see what we're going to do. Like I said, it's one thing to take the glider out. It's a whole other thing to take it out in really high gusting winds. Look at this project plane. Dude, I've been seeing this guy come here and work on this little by little, and he's been building that whole airplane right here. Dude, it's super awesome. It looks like it's ready for flight now. Dude, that's so cool. I wonder if that thing's really ready. This guy, he's an old timer that has that airplane. Super cool guy. I want to say his name was John, but don't hold me to that. I'm trying to remember his name. I've met so many people here now, being at this airport like every single day. So, and dude, there's something about the vibe I get when I come here. It's like, once I pass that gate door, just like I just did, it's like, wow, everything feels like it makes sense now to me. And really, my whole life I've been searching for that. You know, that is Mo down there. I see Mo in front of his in front of his hangar. So, and like for me, you know what, I was just gonna drive on the grass, but I got so much stuff bounced around in the back that's gonna sound annoying. Like, I just feel like there's just something about this place that makes perfect sense to me, and it's just, I've never felt so good to be somewhere, you know, and I just, I don't know. I don't know how to really describe it other than that it just feels great, you know. I feel like I finally found what I've been looking for, you know, and man, that is definitely Mo. That's cool. Like I said, Mo's actually a really cool pilot, guy who has a hangar here, and it's sweet because he's super nice, and he actually gave me the advice of where I should be paramotoring at here, which I found to be super awesome because what better than to listen to somebody that's actually here that pays money to be here. Like, I don't pay anything to come here. I actually just come here and hang out for a couple hours, and really because it is a public place, but they do want only people that are flying back here, and I understand that and totally respect it. But what's great about me is that I am flying, so they give me the opportunity to always be back here, which I love, by the way. And what's sweet about being back here, it's like, it's just so open, wide open, you know. It's like I had all these places to pick, but then Mo comes up to me one day and he's telling me about how the wind works here, and he told me about where normally the pilots are, right? Which I thought was so awesome because he wasn't trying to tell me, hey, dude, we don't like what you're doing. You're kind of in the way. Get out of our way. Like, go over to that corner. That's not what he was doing. What he was doing was giving me advice, right? Which I actually really respected because what was so nice, I used to always come and set up by the hangars, right? So like early in the morning sometimes in the summer when all the Banner pilots were coming around, I would actually always watch them come right next. They would be right next to me when I'm kiting and when I would actually go take off and fly, whatever. But I saw their flight pattern. I always stayed away from their flight pattern. They would like go take off and come back over the airport. When I used to, I'll show you guys. When I used to take off and I would go inland more. Like, I'm talking about right over there, guys. Like, oh, that was cool seeing the birds go by. So right over there where that blue hangar is to the right, I used to be set right on the left side of that. That's where I used to go all the time, right? And then that's where I met Mo, right? I used to go there, and then there's another big field right across from it going more west. And that's where I used to do everything. And it was a ton of fun, right? And then I have to show you guys now. We'll drive over there. Because it does look like the wind gust is actually pinning out the windsock, and I'm not going to pull the glider out if the windsock's getting pinned. But we'll just hang out. We're just hanging out here now at the airport, trying to see how the winds are for the next 10 minutes. So, Mo tells me about this corner spot over here, and this is the spot that I call the southwest end, or the west-south end, however you want to say it, but I call it the southwest end, right? It's because it is true south. It's facing true south, for one, once you're on the strip and you're at the end. And this is the west end of the airport. I call it hanging out in the west end of the airport. So, dude, so no lie, for months, I hung out over here. For months, hung out with all my paramotor pilot buddies. I even have a video on YouTube showing everybody this new area. You know, you guys, if you watch my videos, you'll see that I clearly used to take off all the time right by the hangars. Then I went to the opposite end, which I love. Make sure there's no airplanes taxiing, which I don't see. Come over here. This is like one of my favorite sides anyway, to be honest, because when you come back here, it's so private. But it does suck though for the winds. Like, if there's no winds, no problem at all. But once the winds come, this is what kind of blows about this section over here, which is right here. So check it out. So this, oh, you Raj, I'm sorry, I didn't even see. So the Easter egg, guys, I posted a video yesterday that I did hide an Easter egg in, and still nobody has found it. I'm highly impressed with my hiding skills, I guess, because I had no idea I hid it that well. I actually thought it was going to be like in like 10 to 15 minutes of the video that somebody was going to actually see it. Like 10 or 15 minutes in after I aired it. Crazy, really, guys. But anyway, I love this area though because of how private it is with the airport, and that what's nice about this area, like when summer comes again, like because we're right around the corner from it, I'm not going to be able to go fly where you guys see me doing it now. You guys see me fly in the center of the airport now, basically. And the reason why I do that is because, one, there's no cactus. There's all this flat cactus, whatever crap it is, all over the place, which I'm going to look it up and do a video on it while we're up in the air talking about the stupid stuff that grows on the ground in New Jersey. But I shouldn't call it stupid, but this cactus is everywhere. Like somebody... I was actually told that somebody actually did come here and planted it all over the place here to keep the water levels down. I don't know how true that is or not. I don't know if that cactus really suck up water like that or not. So I find it to be a joke. I hate it. I'm trying to get rid of it. Check it out. The airstrip. Yeah, you know, I'm actually watching the windsock get pinned. So to me, I hate to say it, we're not going to take the glider out right now, as bad as I want to take it out. I can just take it out tomorrow. I really wanted to bring it out though and kite it, but like I said, it's like, it's trash winds, and there's nothing like getting worked when you're trying. But you know what, we still could... stand outside and see how it really feels too, right? But it is getting later. It's already 10:15. I'm over here acting like it's 8 o'clock in the morning or something. If I came out here a couple hours ago, we probably could have got a nice flight in. Low though. I mean, like, that's one of those flights where I just circle the lap of the airport, you know? Yeah, I just totally watched the windsock totally get pinned twice. I'm not doing it. Like, what? So, like, what's going on? Oh, you can't probably see it in the camera, but what's going on is that, like, when you get a gusting of wind, so we'll drive around the whole other side of the airport, right? Make sure there's no planes, though. You know what's crazy, too, is that Mo was flying in. The trash wind's probably up high when it said small aircraft advisory, so that's pretty ballsy of him. But, you know, then again, it's like, you know, his plane, though, is a cool sport plane that's little, so it could probably eat wind, no problem. But, like, for me, I'm not eating anything. We will get thrown down. But, you know, it's just no fun when you take the gliders out and the wind's like that, you know? It's like, you get worked, and worse, you can get dragged. But really, I actually don't know if I have my harness in here or not right now. I want to say my harness is in here. My, like, ground training harness. Because if I was, dude, there was a time when I was hooked up in it, and I was kiting in high winds right here in like 30-mile-an-hour winds. I've done it. Because, you know, to be honest with you, I always want to see if I can do it. Because if you think about it, there are people that go paragliding in super high winds. Think about that. They're flying in high winds. And not only high winds, they're also getting thermal lifting, right? Which is like a whole nother level to the game. And if you don't know what you're doing, thermals can throw you out of the ground. And so can high winds. High winds can make you feel like you're gonna die. And dude, I flew one time with Pilot Tom, man. And I still can't believe I never shared the video. And I will share the video, you know, one of these days. But it's a video where me and Tom go fly. And I was telling Tom, like, dude, the winds are backwards at the beach today. Like, meaning, like, yo, dude, normally we fly at the beach with the winds coming off the ocean or parallel with the beaches, right? This day, the winds are coming from the west, pushing out to the ocean, which is like something that you don't ever want to do. You don't want to do it. You can do it if the winds are light, but when the winds are high, holy crap. And so I've realized too with ozone, because I fly with so many other pilots that don't fly ozone, right? And I used to think, wow, I must be really good at taking off because I'm always up in the air before everybody else, you know? I found out right away that was never, ever the case when I started flying other gliders. So I found out that the ozone, a lot of newer ozone models, like, have these really good lift to them, that once wind gets in them, they get like right over your head, and you're like brake checking the glider to keep it back from it falling in front of you because it just wants to keep flying, you know? And I found out from flying like the Snake, flying Dudek gliders, flying the APCO glider, it's a lot harder to get these gliders above your head and keep it there for takeoffs. And even in higher winds, you know what I mean? It's like insane to think how much different gliders feel in that point. And then, you know what's a lot of fun is like getting the opportunity to hang out with a lot of other paramotor pilots that are really friendly, really cool. They want you to try their gliders. Like me, I always can't wait for everybody to try my glider out because it's so much fun, you know? And I'm not here to be stingy. I'm not here thinking about time. I don't care about that, you know? I want us all to have fun. I want us all to try out new things. I'm trying to now, once I get this Pulsar at the house, the idea is, how can I get one of every brand gliders now? So now I got an APCO. Now I have an ozone. Like, can I get a Dudek next? Can I get that Disco next? What can I get? You know, like, am I gonna try to get a glider that like more advanced? You know, like I had the opportunity of flying the Snake, which I will share that too, which is really funny because, dude, the Snake is a C-rated glider, and wow, it's like everything's faster. Your takeoffs are way faster. Your landings are extremely faster. Everything you're touching is completely like, oh my god, you touch it a little bit, it's like your glider just wants to drop, you know, and it's like, whoa, this is pretty intense. But like for me, I'm not trying to advance quickly. I'm not. I'm trying to soak this all in, you know, and really, you know, what did say, the turtle wins the race, right? Basically, slow and steady wins the race. Because, you know, some of these pilots, they get into the sport and they're like, it's upsetting because some people get in and they're like, no, I need faster, I need faster, I need faster, I need to be doing these tricks, I need to be doing these tricks, and it's scary to think that these gliders collapse. And when they take a collapse, a lot of times the glider will take its shape back, but sometimes you have to figure out how to get it to take its shape back, and then sometimes you gotta throw your reserve. And if your reserve doesn't work, you're a parachute that you throw. You may never be a pilot anymore, you know, and I don't want to live like that, you know what I mean? I want to slow and steady. I want to now go to an SIV course, and on top of that, though, when I do, oh my gosh, there's a bald eagle right here. Bald eagle, bald eagle. Oh, that was so cool. We have so many bald eagles that live right here in this area and by the river. They're more by the river, basically, and actually behind me there is a huge, huge pond. So that's probably why there's a couple over here too. But that was cool. But no, I just, you know, I'm not trying to advance quickly. I'm trying to just be slow and steady. But I do want to go get an SIV course in. I do want to learn wingovers. I do want to learn sats, and I do want to learn stalls, you know, because I do want to become a certified trainer one day. Like, I think it'd be great to think that one day one of these are going to be mine. Even this crappy one, I would take this crappy one in a heartbeat. In a heartbeat, guys. You have no idea how bad I want my spot here at this airport. And I'm trying. I am trying. And I'm even trying too for another airport, which I'd be happy to get it, but I would only have it for the meantime. I'm still trying to get here because the other airport's even closer to me, but what sucks is it's on the island. And it's like, everybody that would ever consider taking their first flight there, it's not the best place to do that. It's really not. There's no grass landings. All there would be is airstrip and water. So I feel like both very, very bad. What else? But yeah, like, I want to be able to train people, and I think it'd be really cool too, like, to do that for my giveaways. And I would love to be certified to do tandem flights, you know? It's like, I'm jealous that I don't do tandem flights, you know? I've been already flying so much now that I feel like I have the skills to be able to start doing things like that now. And it's like, I would love to do it because I would take all my friends up for flights, like, all the time. It wouldn't even be a question. Like, I'd be begging those guys to do it with me, just like how, like, Pilot Pat was doing for me the one day. I didn't realize Pilot Pat was saying, yeah, I'm gonna bring the trike. Let's go meet up at the airport. I'm like, dude, let's go. You know, because he's got this beautiful Viterazzi Cosmo 300 with the fly products. I can't think of what the exact frame's called, but it's beautiful. It's a 2-seater tandem trike. And dude, I'm up flying around the sky because I beat him to the airport. I'm buzzing around. I see him come pulling in. And then I see him getting out. But he doesn't have his sandbag this time, or he doesn't have anybody with him. And I really thought he was bringing somebody with him. And I come and land on the ground. I'm like, yo, dude, the air feels great. He's like, well, dude, let's hop on in the trike. And I'm like, you're taking me up? And dude, he's like, let's go. And I'm like, dude, no way, no way, no way. And I did post a video on my YouTube channel, guys, that you guys can all watch the video. It was so much fun. I honestly didn't know that he was taking me up for that flight. And I gotta tell you something, guys, the power of the Cosmo 300. wow, wow, and wow. I mean, just amazing, guys. Like, just all around amazing. And dude, Pilot Pat now is talking about selling his Parajet Maverick with the Vitarazi Moster 185 with a Dudek comfort harness. This guy is coming around. I'm gonna make sure we get out of the way. And what's crazy about that is that it's a beautiful, and I mean a beautiful aircraft that has nothing but very little flight time, very well taken care of, always kept indoors in the home, and really well maintained, because I've actually done most of the maintenance on that aircraft. If I'm not mistaken, I'm the only one that's ever touched it, and I'm actually thinking about maybe if I could buy it, you know, and only because I would love to have it in the shop. You know what I mean? That's why I would like to buy it from Pat. But we'll see what he thinks. I'm going to talk to him about that if he doesn't sell it in the meantime. If he has it for a little while and it doesn't sell, I think I'm going to buy it from him. Because, like I said, it's a beautiful Parajet Maverick. It's blue. It's got this sweet harness on it that I like. I like everything about it. I wouldn't mind to own it, you know. And to be honest, I do want that, and I do want the a Scout. I do want to own a Scout. And you know, to be honest with everybody, I don't care what anybody thinks. I do want to own one of every single Paramotor, but I do sell SkyMax Paramotor, so I'm not over here trying to be like, oh, this and that. But you know what? I want to show them all off. I really do. And to be honest with you, that's what I'm gonna do. That is what I'm going to be doing. And don't get fits on the back of my Model A, which is true. That is true. And I don't think that's ever going to be able to get taken away from. That is very unique. A different Paramotor. It's just so, to me, they're very rare. They're so well designed. They're flawless. They're just so... to me, they're beautiful aircrafts, but don't get it wrong. I could say all the same things about a Parajet, but a Parajet and a Scout, you know, they're a dime a dozen. You can get them anywhere. You can get them anywhere, you know? And I'm not talking down on them. Please, 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 everybody know that. I love the Parajet Maverick. I love the Parajet Maverick. I actually love how it actually feels when you sit for long, distant flights. But I did judge that when I was only flying my Expedition. My Expedition, I have to admit to everybody, is the most, I don't want to call it the most uncomfortable Paramotor that I've ever flown. But after like an hour in the seat, I can feel like the frame pushing against my back really hard. And if I had another harness on there, I would probably never feel that. 'Cause now, I'm debating on swapping my split leg harness onto the star frame now, guys. So see what your thoughts are all on that. But you know, I just have a ton of ideas. I have a whole bunch of things I really want to be doing, and it's exciting, you know. And really, I just love making videos for all of you guys too, to share with everybody, because I feel like I like to show that raw footage of everything, and there's so many people that act like, oh, I'm a snobby Paramotor pilot that's better than everybody. I don't mess up, but I can guarantee that there has been some mistakes, probably even caught on video, that have never been seen anywhere. And to be honest, like, I'm not here to share the bad videos to hurt the sport in any ways at all. Like, I'm here just sharing, you know, my adventure, you know. And I know I say it a lot, but it's like, it's crazy to me how like little people share when you're hiding the good stuff, if you ask me, you know. And it's like absolutely nuts, you know. So, but anyway, I didn't take out the glider because the winds are really picking up. It's too late. I should have came out here like 2 hours ago. Oop. Okay, nice. All right, dude, I actually appreciate you saying that, man, because I actually have it sitting right here. So, dude, it's really great that you actually just said that, because I meant to talk about that at the airport, and I completely forgot. So, thank you for reminding me. So, I want to show everybody something. So, check it out really quick while I sit here. No one's behind me, right? I'm at an intersection. So, here's the smoke system, right? This is where you fill up whatever you desire to fill up. And then, you know, here's your hand trigger right here. You hear the motor running? Right? But then what my question is, here's the line that goes to the exhaust, right? Which freaks me out. So here, I'm going to show you guys a little thing really quick. I want to cross the street really quick here, and then I'll show you. Right, cross the street. I'm at a really busy intersection, and I don't want to hang out one spot and be that guy. So check it out, dude. Here's the piece that's bugging me out. So look, this is two different pieces in my hand. 1 second, let me pull over in just a second. So, this is insane. Let me pull over right here. This is my school here. I actually want to try to fly out of here one of these days in the summer too. That's gonna be a dope video. Okay, so check it out. So look, this is the piece that allows from the exhaust to push in, right? You see how that is? But then this is the piece that freaks me out, everybody. Please, everybody that watches this video. So this is what I'm supposed to drill out in my exhaust. I'm supposed to drill this diameter and then just bang it in there? That freaks me out, everybody. Like, I understand that I'm supposed to maybe drill the hole one size shorter, but then see, this will be sitting in the exhaust, right? It has this little washer end on it. So that's where it stops. You know what I mean? You can see that. That's where you would hammer it all the way in, I'm assuming. And that's another thing. You're going to beat on the exhaust on that one spot. That freaks me out because when you're tapping metal like that, you're making it weaker, right? So that's my other thing. And then this, dude, just screws right into here like this. So then you telling me that once that's screwed in and tightened, that this isn't going to get loose, right? And come out of the exhaust and flop back and hit the prop? So, dude, I am bugged out by it. I'm super happy to have this because I want to do this. I really want to do this. But now I'm finding out a lot of things too. I'm reading about it. You got to really watch what you're going to burn. Because what you're essentially doing is clogging the silencer up. Not maybe right away, but you're gonna start building up grime in there from whatever you're burning, no matter what you're gonna burn. I think all of it builds up. I don't think there's anything good to burn. Oh no, I see the fire truck coming. I want to just sit here and wait. Yeah, it's always a shame when you see the lights. Oh, actually, too, they're coming back. That's not good. Well, where the accident was. Might have been right over there. That's what I mean, you know, like where I live, these roads are these crazy, everybody drives high, fast pace, and you know, I always learn that everybody's in a rush to nowhere, you know, and it's really a shame. Everybody's in a rush to nowhere. Oh, man. But regardless, I'm heading back to the house now. We are going to probably go hang out in the shop. Maybe I will install the smoke system today. So, and when I do that, I will make a video on it, of course, me doing it, me being probably bugged out by it too. But we'll see. Because all I feel like I'm doing is I'm damaging my exhaust by doing this, no matter what I do. And I'm thinking too, like, where should it really be at, right? Like, meaning, if I drill this out and put this in, where should it be hiding at? Like, should I put it at the top of that header? Should I put it at the bottom, right before it goes to the other part of the exhaust? I don't know. But if any of you guys are watching this video and know about it and have more insight about it, please drop comments and let me know. I would really like to know. Maybe I'll do like a short and a reel while I'm about to do the smoke system and see what everybody's thoughts are on it, you know. Yeah, I think that's what I'm going to do, dude. I'm going to do a video today and drop it and try to see what everyone's thoughts are on where I should put the PVG smoke system at. And try to understand it, because it doesn't make any sense to me. I really don't like the idea. I don't even know if it's like aluminum that I'm putting into the exhaust. Is it steel? Is it going to rust right up? Like, I don't know. That's what's like freaking me out. Like, I don't know what that metal is. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, what is this metal? Is it stainless? Is it titanium? To me, if I had to take a guess, it feels like there's nothing in my hands. Like, it could be aluminum. But I don't know. What do you guys think? But dude, it will be dope to be blowing smoke, especially like if I'm on the beach and all these people see me for the first time and I hit that, they're gonna think something's wrong probably at first. But it would be cool to blow different color smokes, you know what I mean? Like blue or green, red, any color, you know? Any other color than white would be cool. Wow, my Vans is starting to feel really funny. I think it's definitely time for me to upgrade a vehicle. You know, I always tell myself to stay away from brand new vehicles, but I think it's going to be time to. And to be honest with everybody, I almost wish that I didn't have to get like a work vehicle. I almost wish that I could like aim for something different, just do different things, just stay as a YouTuber, try to travel a little bit more, try to, you know, go to different flying spots or try to get more into sales, you know. I feel like if I ever had an opportunity to go, even like, which I'm saying I don't really want to, but I feel like if I want to work at a car dealership, I would probably be their best salesman, because I love talking to people. I love the excitement of when people get new things, and I love talking about brand new things, especially wearing nice clothes. Like, I feel like being a carpenter, man, I'm always wearing like dirtier clothes. I'm always dirty by the end of the day. I hate that. And I just that I could be doing it differently, you know. But in carpentry, it's so hard to even find people that want to do the work, you know. And it's like, it's tough. That's why I want to get more into paramotoring. That's why I want to get more involved. Like, I have this great idea now to make something for the paramotoring community that I believe that everybody would like to buy. Because like I said, like, I look at Skymax as a very high exclusive style paramotor because of how rare they are. You don't see them, right? And to me, it's like seeing a Ferrari, Lamborghini, or like a tricked out Model A like I got, right? It's like very rare. So to me, I want to start making very rare and exclusive products to the industry to hand out to people. Like, I have some great ideas, and I don't even want to discuss them on here because I don't want anybody taking them from me. I want to just do them, patent them, and then start producing them, you know, and start trying to make a little bit of money from it, because it's like, me doing these videos and stuff right now is not paying the bills. So it's like, I would love to think that it would one day, but right now at the moment it's not. So I need to improvise and think outside of the box. So it's like, now I'm trying to push out Skymax Paramotors, make a little bit of money that way. And then I'm also trying to figure out other ways of making money now with the sport, like training people. So I want to get certified proper training. and go from there. But anyway, we are finally getting back to the house. I literally thought that we were going to do some kiting, but I knew I was kind of pushing it with the time, so live and learn. So, but anyway, I'm happy to be back. I want to, like I said, make a video now about what I should do about the PBG smoke system. So make sure you guys all stay tuned to that. I'll be posting it as a story, probably a reel, and I'll post it on TikTok. So, and I'll try to get his answers, and we'll see how that goes. So, let's see what happens. But all right, everybody, until the next one. Like I said, I'm pulling back up to the crib. Like I said, I have a lot of things that I want to try to maybe potentially do today. So we'll see how that goes. So stay tuned, everybody. And like I said, really, in the next couple of days, there's going to be some exciting videos popping off. So I can't wait to share. And until next one, everybody, like I said, if you guys need any SkyMax parts or SkyMax Paramotors, please hit me up. Like I said, if you guys need motors too as well, I can always try to help you out in that direction. And like I said, maybe I want to start trying to talk to EOS, because I would like to maybe see a quota on one of the SkyMax models. That would be pretty dope. So we'll see about that. So if you guys are more interested in seeing things like that too, make sure you guys leave those comments down below. And also, I will definitely see you guys on the next one. So everybody enjoy your epic Sunday, and I'll see you guys later on. Peace out.